Wait. You know the microphone works fine with the iRecre, and you know that's a good start. I don't have it plugged in right now because I was just using it. I thought the whole video was there, and I guess it wasn't, and so I decided kind of do an amendum to continue where the other one left off. So here it is. We have fairly warm. Well, it's not really warm, but it's going to be warmer tomorrow, and it's going to be a good day to go out on the porch and do vlogs instead of sitting in the house, which frankly drives me ape shit doing that all the time. And so I was going to show you this is a Metro PCS phone. It is now a SafeLink phone because they sent me a SIM chip I needed, and now I can use this for my SafeLink service. And also, of course, I can use this to watch my videos and things like that. Now, let me see if I can watch my video and see how it's coming out this time. I was really kind of disappointed because I really was hoping that it was going to play fine, and it didn't. And it screwed up, and then it died on me. And so I decided to just try it again. I'm going to show you. And it plays. Fine. Now I can play it. I'm not sure what I was doing the screwing up earlier. I think it's because it's the tower instead of the T-Mobile tower, and then it totally screwed up. I'm talking about the Wi-Fi part of it. So then when I switched it, I guess it didn't really handshake with YouTube, and that's why we didn't get this video. Anyway, since I have your attention, and yes, now you can go check out my chat comments, guys. Let me turn my chats on so I can see them. And since I can see all these chat comments, so okay. Pokemon Go. Well, that's because, like I said, I was on the wrong tower, or on the wrong thingus. So that's why it's working better now. So me and the girl had a nice fish dinner for lunch. And she went to go to a local restaurant besides McDonald's, which I don't particularly blame her. She's just like, Michelle, she said, for the same price you're paying for McDonald's to eat some plain basic food, which isn't really healthy for you. You can get a fish dinner with rice and a soda. And I said, okay. So we went, and after dinner, she had to do some things, pay some bills, and then we went to the restaurant for dinner. And then, because it was right down the street from my home, she said to me, oh, I have to go to Family Dollar too, and then I have to go to Torrington, and then I got to go back. I was like, well, I'll make it easy. I said, because you got to go double back twice, why don't you just skip one of the double backs and just drop me off at my, why don't I just walk back to my apartment, and then we'll agree to meet on Monday. She said, that's fine. So, we're going to meet again on Monday. It was a pretty nice meeting, and I was really happy to be able to talk with her. And, so, fish dinner for lunch. Well, we had baked scrod fish, and I had rice and broccoli. She had the same entree, but she had spinach and mashed potatoes with hers. I chose not to go with mashed potatoes because I had mashed potatoes for dinner last night. Plus, I had leftover vegetables and stuff that I cooked a couple days ago. So last night I had that for leftovers I made from a few nights ago. Last night for dinner. So I didn't want to eat potatoes again because I already had potatoes. The rice didn't bother me. It was a yellow rice. It was really good. It was a nice dinner. So that's what we did. We had a nice dinner. And don't imply anything. I know the way some of you guys think. I know exactly what you guys are thinking. You say fish dinner and someone thinks about someone doing something with sexual organs. No, not at all. Okay. Well, she doesn't want to be on the stream because she's embarrassed to death because the fact is that, she saw the last live stream and she was really disgusted with the calls that called in on the show. And she told me, she says, these calls are horrible. I said, you know what? You're right. They are horrible. And I said, well, she said, why in the heavens? And Mr. Laugh asked me the same thing privately. He said, why are you even joining these live streams and people can't even hold a serious conversation when they call into the show? He said, if anything, all the phone calls do is that they act like a filler. Well, I said, sometimes that's good for that because I can use the filler, but, I would like to have people ask me sincere questions. Now, unfortunately, since on the porch, we don't have the phone out here. So, the only way we would have the phone out here is if we was to bring all that equipment out here just to sit on the porch to do a live stream. And frankly, I don't feel like lugging all that stuff out onto the porch to do a live stream. That's just too much stuff to haul around. Even the bag of stuff that I brought, the only thing I can't find is my OTG cable, but I don't need that anyway. You would if you would have used a mixer. Yeah, you're right about that, Loma. We don't want to use the mixer, but seriously, do you really want to lug a mixer, microphones, preamps, the Collins, the Clear One XAP switch, throw a phone cord all the way from the house or from inside the home, plug in an extension cord for all this equipment just to sit on the porch? That's a lot of gear. And me about running a gasoline generator, okay? Nor for that matter running everything off a big battery back with an inverter. That is just not going to happen. That just takes too much resources to do. So normally, like we're doing right now, is how we would do it. I got my phone right in front of me. I can what's here? She's very scary. You think Sophia's scary? She kind of reminds me, she's very pretty android. She looks, I think she'll look better without the hairpiece they put on her, the short bob they put on her. I think she would have been better with long hair. There's another company that's coming up with other anatomically correct androids for different application than this. Sex bots, but they have a hairpiece for those sex bots that is much more pretty. You can change the face of the sex bot, you can change their hair, you can reprogram them, but they're not as intelligent as Sophia. Sophia has a lot more smarts because she has access to the entire internet. She's not programmed or pre-programmed with memorize a certain set of lines. She can actually hold a real conversation, just like Alexa can. So if I went and said to Sophia, could you tell me if it's really, if the Earth is really warming? She would probably be able to go, according to latest statistics, latest information shows that the Earth is not warming. This consensus among the scientific community has changed, or maybe she might say is, you're full of it. I don't know. That's a great question now. Let's see. Yeah. Celeste says, why do you find Sophia scary? Sex bots with a smart AI is a terrible idea. Yeah, especially if they start comparing you to somebody else that they've made love with, right? Oh, I'm sorry, but Jimmy made better love than you. I have statistical facts to prove it. To be like, where's the freaking off switch? I don't want to be compared to Jimmy. Oh, that would be bad. That's one mistake in real life people do, is they compare the lovers with their prior lovers. Now we need a machine to do the same thing. Yeah, that's an interesting part of the whole scientific community. So, set your bots or smart AI is a terrible idea. But robot AI like that freaks me out. Robots that are the future. People prepare thyself. Okay. Think of this. Okay. Is with robotics. Even if okay, she's just an Siri. There are personal assistants, but they don't have the ability to move around. But let's say I had someone like Sophia, which not only would be an informative information or social bot, but she could also do housework. Think about what that would mean for me, is that I wouldn't have to worry about cleaning my house as much. The robot would do it. Because I can say is, look, I pay you in the form of kilowatt hours to charge, so you get something in return. The ability to plug yourself in to give yourself a refill. But you know what? We are going to cover this in more detail on Monday. But here's this. Think of this topic for Monday. What about in the future if robots, instead of needing to be plugged into a main socket, could get food, regular household food, eat like human beings, and then have an artificial digestive system just like human beings that can actually get energy out of the food that they eat? I know that sounds kind of macabre, but there's another advantage to artificial digestive system. There are some humans who have illnesses where their digestive system has been compromised. An artificial large intestine, small intestine, could be an asset for humans too, or even an artificial stomach, where they could basically replace the diseased organs with these new replacements, and then they would be able to eat like they used to do. Right now, a lot of those people, if they are able to eat food at all, they are on a very limited diet. For reasons like stomach, people have ulcers, some people have colitis. This would allow them to continue to do the things that they love to do and eat the kind of foods they used to love. Well, obviously for robots, an artificial digestive system would allow those robots to continue to eat food as well. Instead of being plugged into a main socket charge, you would just go ahead, pick up a couple Snickers or a couple, some steak dinners or something. The robot could chew, eat, just like human beings do, and then of course, they can make the digestive system even more efficient, so that maybe they wouldn't have to eat 3 times a day, but rather can eat once. And then that would refill their power system, so that they don't have to eat again until the next day. That would mean that we wouldn't have to worry about those robots consuming energy off the power grid. But the problem is that we also have to worry about, we have to be sure to have enough food and stuff for them to eat too. So that's kind of screwy. So that we can cover in more detail in Monday. So think about that for a minute. I want you to think about that for the weekend as we all get ready to celebrate Easter, because today is Good Friday. Today is the death and passion of Christ. What would it mean if the robots had this kind of capabilities? How would this work with the new Project Pi thing? Well, after all, the whole idea of pie is completely different. But imagine, if you will, if one day, once you pass away and once you kick the bucket, your pie will still exist, right? Well, what would happen if someone wanted to put your pie into an android? In other words, someday there will be an android MicheleMarieDalene running around and walking like me, talking like me, possibly eating like me. Oh, God. That's a good question. That's a good question. What would happen to the real Michelle Marie when she's already dead and buried? Does that mean that the android Michelle would be able to continue to receive Social Security, even if she's long beyond retirement age? Because given the screw-ups with what's going on with the Social Security Administration, people are being paid long after they're dead. People are still getting their checks. Wow! Think on that one. Wow. Anyway, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up for now. I want to thank you all for watching this impromptu live stream, and I'll see you on Monday. Do me a favor, because it is getting cold. I'm going to go inside. Stay safe. Have a happy and safe Easter. Enjoy it with your family and friends, specifically for Easter. But also, April 1st is April Fool's, and I already have to deal with enough fools.